G'day everyone. 30th of October, Saturday over here, so I was a bit late for Fatwood Friday yesterday. Got home from work late, it was raining, it was getting dark. I'm just absolutely stuffed from a week's hard labour. So anyway, worked today, got home, and it's now late afternoon, I don't know, 4:30, 5 o'clock or something. So I'm going to do a catch-up video for Fatwood Friday. It's probably Friday on the other side of the west coast, or west coast US or something like that. So it'll be Fatwood Friday somewhere anyway. Anyway, we'll get to it. I'll throw in a tiny little snippet of a close-up of the tinder and the wood curls and the fatwood I got there. Righto guys, so this is what I've got going on for my little fire. I don't usually do the close-ups, but I've got my curls and my shavings, little tiny shavings you're probably not going to be able to see, but they're mixed amongst the curls. There's my little carrot sticks of bacon, and then you might be able to see this dusty white powdery looking stuff. That's just some of the dried up sap from the fat wood that I just ground against the 90-degree spine, and I just thought I'd sprinkle that on there and just see if that's going to act as like a little fire starter slash extra fine tinder to catch sparks. Cool, get to the rest of the video. And everything was done with my cold steel cookery machete. This one I've made some little mods to. I just made this part a little bit sharper. It's probably, I don't know, this is a convex edge now. And I've made this edge a little bit sharper for about the first 2 inches. Put the square spine on here and rounded this part off for drawer filing and just general comfort for you know, easy handling. Anyway, we'll get to the fire. Got my old ferro rod, don't know the brand, but I bought this from England. I think it's an 8-inch by 1/2 inch. It's going really well. Anyway, we'll get this going. One and done, hopefully. Just give it a couple of strikes here just to get some fatwood sap off the spine. Okay, yeah, needed a bit of a clean up. Not one and done, but there we go. Righto, so what I did want to have a little chat about today was something that's very fishy that's happened this week. I'm a construction worker, and when we go onto a new site, we have to do a site induction. Any of you guys in the industry would understand what I'm talking about. It's just a bit of red tape bullshit where you got to sign in, and basically you're signing away that you know your job and you're not going to do anything dangerous, and know all the site rules and specific safe areas, etc, etc. Now, I went on two different sites this week. Had 2 inductions on 2 different sites, both for fairly well-known builders, and they were talking about lockdowns, what to do in case of a lockdown. Now, at one of the sites we actually did a safety drill where they had the alarm go off and we all had to go to an evacuation point. And then while we were out there getting our the numbers all marked off the list, that's quite sooty, that stuff. They also sounded off another alarm and another thing that I've never heard before. So it was like a siren, like an air raid siren going off, and then it would say lockdown, 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 and the siren would lockdown, lockdown. Okay, and then the guy from the site, he got on his megaphone and he was saying, this is a secondary drill for a lockdown, don't worry about it, don't take any notice of it, blah blah blah. And no one did take notice of it. I sort of did. Anyway, the next day I went onto another site, getting inducted again, and then he mentioned about all the usual, if there's a fire or something like that, you know. But then he mentioned about a lockdown, and I said, what's this lockdown? I said, it's the second time I've heard about it in 2 days. Never heard of it before. What is it? And he said, oh, that's in case, you know, we need to round yous all up and lock yous into a room. And I said, what are you talking about? And he said, oh, you know, just in case there's an emergency. And I said, what sort of emergency would require me and everybody else on site to be all huddled together and locked in a room? And he said, oh, just in case there's an active shooter. And I said, what strong rooms have you got? I said, number one, I'm not going to be locked in no room. I'm going to take my chance. And he goes, oh, no. We will lock everybody into a lunchroom or something like that, and then everybody's safe and we will take care of the situation. And then I said, no, how are you going to lock anybody into a lunchroom and then have people think that they're safe when there's an active shooter on site? And how are your office staff going to protect grown construction strong men that are armed with hammers and all sorts of things? How is office staff who don't even get their hands dirty going to be able to defend me better than I can defend myself? And then he said, oh, where our staff are trained. I went, what? Trained unarmed against someone with a firearm? And I said, where's all this bullshit coming from? This is the first time I've ever heard it. We've had, 3 mass public shootings in this country, and who in their right mind is going to choose a construction site when there's far juicier targets out there? And he's, oh, you know, it's just, you know, we have to account for these sorts of things. So anyway, we argued backwards and forwards for a long time. We'll skip that and get into where the hell, I could use stronger language, where the hell is this coming from? Okay, I see this clearly as something to roll out onto the back of the masks, the rest of the bullshit, the lockdowns that we're having here, border closures, and stripping away our rights. This is just another thing, I'm sure, to see how much bullshit we're going to take, and just to see how dumb the people are. Because when I went to Smoko and brought it up, nobody even pricked their ears up. Nobody even took any notice. I was the first one to start this conversation. And then I got once we started talking about it, everyone's going, yeah, fuck that, I'm not getting locked into a smoko room. And then we started talking as well about what's a smoko room made out of. It could be a demountable building, a mobile little crib room that's made of aluminium on one side and then a bit of insulated foam on the other. They're going to lock us in there and keep us safe from bullets. Like, bullets would just go straight through that, through everybody in there and out the other side. Like, what are they talking about? Protecting us. And then, you know, like, this is insane. So then I got the conversation started, and everyone was going blah 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 blah. You know, we're not gonna get locked into a room. So I'm glad that I mentioned it to everyone and got people talking about it. Maybe I opened the eyes of a couple of people who realise that people are telling you that they're going to lock you into a room and you didn't even clue onto it. You know, this is the type of thing that we're dealing with. Like, they tell us what's happening and no one even pricks their ears up, you know. So anyway, I might be an absolute tinfoil hat wearing, over the top conspiracy theorist or whatever you want to call it. I don't care. Been called that all my life, so I don't care. I don't think that. I just like to be prepared, because I run to the fire, not away from it. So that made me get in this frame of mind of there's something else coming down the pike here. I don't know what it is, but we're getting set up for something. So anyway, I did a bit of a prepping shop yesterday, and I'm going to do another video about what I bought. And even if you're not a prepper, I still recommend that, because I'm not a full-on prepper, but I think everyone should have at least a little tiny bit of extra foodstuffs, a bit of water, a little bit of something to, you know, to fall back on, to back yourself into a corner and be able to huddle down for a few days. I think it definitely can't hurt to have that, you know, bit of communication, you know. There's a lot of things, some spare fuel for your car, you know. So anyway, that's another video, but hopefully I'll do that soon. Cheers, happy weekend everybody. Hope everyone has a really good week, and stay strong, stay safe, and stay healthy. See ya.